All right, welcome one and all to the Off the Rails Sports Podcast. I am your host, John, and if you could hit that like and subscribe button, it means a lot to us. And we are going to do a preview of the British Open, the last of the four majors for the calendar year 2025. Golf has a lot of big events, makes it really magnificent. It's probably my favorite sport to follow, to watch. So I am kind of a geek when it comes to it, and I know I'm kind of oblivious, but one of the things people always talk about when they don't watch golf is, oh, how boring it is. But it's really not because the guy hits the shot and then they cut to another guy hitting a shot, right? Yeah, we have some guys like Goddard last week at the Scottish Open who literally are a human rain delay. They take forever. We have players on the tour. I wish they'd call the clock on them a little more. I wish there'd be a little more efficiency and transparency in that, in the delay thing. But, golf's an old sport too, and it moves about as quickly as the Roman Catholic Church. I'm going to go down what's going to happen here at the British Open. I'm going to give you odds. I'm going to give you picks here. And the first thing that kind of strikes me going into this week, Scotty Scheffler at the press conference said that winning is not a fulfilling life. I have said this on this podcast numerous times. You're not going to hear this from anybody else. There's something wrong in Scotty's life. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. He is absolutely the best golfer in the world. He is amazing. But let us not be deluded into this bullshit we hear from the echo stream from the media about being a great golfer makes you a great human. I saw Golf Channel yesterday, and I love Brandel Chambly. I think he is the only honest voice in golf. Paul McGinley is very good too. I think they are very concise. I think they are very honest, but they also want access to the greatest golfer on the planet too. I don't get that. I'm not going to get it, so I'm going to call it the way I see it. But if you look at in the last 14 months, Scotty Scheffler got arrested in Kentucky. He cut his hand in a bizarre accident, delayed his start, and then he makes this statement. When you are a Scotty Scheffler and you are the dominant player, they want to make you a god. They want to make you a saint. It makes them feel good. We went through this road with Tiger Woods. Remember for that 10-year period, whatever we're going to call it, when he burst on the scene and then he became Saint Tiger. He became this guy who was given to kids. He was petting puppy dogs, all this other stuff until his wife took a golf club to his car. And then the paparazzi smelled that out. I'll tell you what, when I saw that, I did not see it like the paparazzi did. Literally, there's 5,000 paparazzi outside his gated community down in Florida. Isleworth has never had so much action. And then it all unfolded. The mistresses, just the sordid details. He actually had to have a press conference. I, at the time, was listening to a Los Angeles radio station, KROQ. All they do is they do funny little bits in the morning and they play music. That's it. They play alternative music. We don't care. That's all we do. Plenty of commercials too, but whatever. They cut to Tiger Woods' apology. That's how big this guy was. This guy, in our lifetime, there's been 3 athletes who dominated every ecosphere there is. Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan, and Tiger Woods. Just transcended the sport. They became a name. And then everybody had to claw it back. His caddy, Steve Williams, said some things about if I would have known this, I would have taken him out. And then he got fired. And now he's out there wandering in the wilderness like a feral dog, trying to get a bag, trying to get some stuff going on. Hey, man, cool for you. You do you, Steve. So now we get to Scotty, and that statement really struck me. I saw Brandel and Paul. They both did the whataboutism. Well, he's a great golfer. It shows his commitment to his faith. All right, maybe it does. Something is brewing underneath this guy. I don't know what it is. I am not even here to hypothetically say, but just something seems askew. In the world of golf, nothing ever comes up. We never hear of a bad drug test. We never hear of anything. These guys are in a cocoon. And when Scotty says winning is not a fulfilling life, look, you've got over $200 million. What do you need to keep golfing for? Look, I understand you want to keep doing the endeavor at that which you are magnificent at. I get it. But that statement, I'm telling you, this is to be continued. And mark my words, if something goes wrong here, and I don't know what it would be, but if something goes wrong, all these same talking heads are going to say, I had my suspicions. I knew he was definitely dealing with some stuff, but I didn't know for sure, so I didn't go with it. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Whatever you say, guy. Whatever you say. All right, let's get to the odds for the British Opens. We're going to give you a couple picks here. And Scotty Scheffler is your heavy favorite, plus 500. This is not the course for him. He is not a links type golfer. Will he win a British Open? Very likely. I see him as being a St. Andrews guy. Also, the same thing can be said for Bryson DeChambeau. They do not do as well on the slower greens. He is built for Augusta. He is built for a U.S. Open. That is who that guy is. Rory McIlroy, plus 700. I had him last week at the Scottish Open. He came in second. He played very, very well. I'm not buying this Rory McIlroy thing either. Just not buying it. I just don't think, I don't know. I still think he's got a little of the hangover from winning the Masters. And everybody talking about the Grand Slam and all that is. Jon Rahm came in second last week at LIV. I'm just going to tell you this, and I know I'm going to eat dirt. I know I'm going to eat some humble pie here. I don't believe in the LIV golfers. I don't. They don't have enough competition when it gets to the back nine on a major on a Sunday that they can handle that pressure. We saw Rahm, I'm not going to say choke, but fade away against Scotty Scheffler at the PGA, right? So right now, I'm not betting on any of that LIV. Will not do it. I just think it's a waste of your money. Yeah, one of them could win. Jon Rahm would probably be the most likely. Jon Rahm strikes me as a guy who can win the PGA. I know he came in, he did real well this year. But Bryson DeChambeau, plus 22. Don't like him. He's never done very well across the pond. Ludwig Vorberg, he's had some good tournaments. That guy, he is extremely super talented. But what happens with him in a major is he has a 3-hole stretch where he is a train wreck. He golfs like I do. And then he spends the next 69 holes trying to make it up and just comes up short. I'm not going to buy into it. He probably will win a major. I think for him, I really do like the Masters, just the way his game sets up. He's at 25-1. I'm not going to be backing that horse this week. Now we're going to start getting to some of the guys I really like. I do think it is going to be somebody across the pond who is going to win the British Open, going to end that long streak. I believe the last British golfer to win, UK golfer, was the man I'm picking now, Shane Lowry. I have watched Shane Lowry all year. He is playing some really good golf. He has had some problems on Sunday. I'm not going to deny that. But boy, from tee to green, his iron play has been great. It has been really good. And I will say this, if you're talking about wizards around the green, he's in my top 5. That guy can putt, that guy can chip. And that guy can smoke, and that guy can party, and I love that guy. He won the last time they were here at Royal Portbush in 2019. I don't really know how much that weighs into it. It's really who gets hot that week. I am picking him to get a top 10. He is one of my 3 picks to click to win at the British Open. Tommy Fleetwood, plus 25. He is playing some really, really good golf. He almost won on the PGA Tour. He's coming so bloody close, and he just can't quite do it. I am not picking his first win to be at the British Open. Sorry. If he had won a couple weeks ago, I believe it was in Connecticut, I'd pick him here. Sorry, not going to do it. The other guy I really like, another guy, well, let's talk about Tyrell Hatton. He is literally the most personable, most animated guy on the tour, except for the Wyndham Clark experiment, which is definitely going sideways. And I'm telling you, Netflix, get a camera on this man. This man is an implosion, and he is a hurricane heading for a volcano. God, I love the just what a wreck that guy is. Oh, last week at the Scottish Open, he was in the final threesome, and man, this guy was dropping more f-bombs than Matt Damon in Rounders. I mean, this guy was dropping some stuff. Xander Schauffele, he played very well last Sunday at the Scottish Open. He's an interesting pick. He's at 25-1. Like I said, I think that injury really set him back. I think this is a learning year, I guess. I mean, he's a great golfer. He's got a couple majors in the bag. But no, the next guy is the guy I'm picking, too. I got Shane Lowry, and I also am picking Viktor Hovland. Viktor Hovland has had an up and down couple years. He fired his coach. He went through coaches. He brought his coach back. He has such immense talent. He won the FedEx Cup a couple years ago. The guy is a seminal talent. Make no mistake about it. I just don't know what he is trying to achieve. It does seem like things are starting to click for him again. And he's starting to believe in who and what he is and his prodigious talent. I am going to take Viktor Hovland there at 28-1. Colin Morikawa, 33-1. He won the Open in 2021. Not buying it. I'm just not buying the Colin Morikawa thing. I've been enough on that train. I had him on a couple years ago at the Sony Open. No, it wasn't the Sony Open. It was the Champions, Tournament of Champions. He had like a 6-stroke lead on Jon Rahm and choked it away. And I'm just watching my ticket go, wow, that was smart. That was great. Robert McIntyre. This is the other gentleman I like. He is finding himself. Last year, he won the Canadian Open. He also won the Scottish Open. I had him on a ticket at 45-1. That was considered his Open. He was not really in the running last week at Scotland. He did very well at the U.S. Open this year. I think if he stays inside himself and I wish these guys, and look, these guys are crunching data. These guys care about what their golf game is like. They know a lot more about what they can do, but I really harken back, and I'm not sure which one it was, when Tiger Woods won the British Open, and I can't remember what pot bunker laden course it was, and he turned to Stevie Williams on a practice run and goes, if I get in those pot bunkers off the tee, I'm dead. And Stevie goes, yeah. He goes, you know what? I'm going to just go with my irons. And Stevie goes, yeah, that's the play. Stay in the fairway so you're another 40 yards away. You're not in a pot bunker. And to me, I wish Robert McIntyre would do it. He hits the ball really well. I wish he was teeing off with a driving iron, a 2-iron, a 3-iron, whatever they're calling it. I don't know. Don't care. You get in those pot bunkers, you are in trouble. And I understand everybody wants to get a gap wedge in their hand. Look, I would rather have an 8-iron from the fairway than be in a pot bunker. If you're in 4 pot bunkers during your 18 holes, you are not going to be in the lead. That's the British Open. That's the only way they can penalize you. Augusta, they penalize you, I'm not sure how, with the greens. The greens are so slick. The U.S. Open, it's the rough. The PGA doesn't penalize anything. That's just a free-for-all. The British Open, it's the pot bunkers. And everybody wants to hit it. Okay, I'll be in the fescue, whatever. It's the pot bunkers that will determine who is in here. And I'm going to try and do my best to do some analysis of that. Like, how many pot bunkers was the winner in? So my picks to click are Shane Lowry, Viktor Hovland, and Robert McIntyre. All right. If you want, drop your comments. Tell me in the comments who you like. But I think it's going to be an interesting British Open. I really do like it. It is the Open. And I think if I was going to rank the hardest tournaments to win, the majors, the US Open is absolutely number one. I would put the British Open number two because I think you deal with so many wind elements that it does test every facet of your game. And I think at Augusta, I would put that third because I think that really Augusta comes down to one thing: who is the best putter that week? And you just don't know until they tee off. So, like I said, Shane Lowry, Viktor Hovland, and Robert McIntyre, my picks to click at the British Open. And I would definitely like to put Robert McIntyre in the top 10 because I think that guy's a winner. And that's all we got. And if you could, hit that like and subscribe for Off the Rails. And we'll see you soon on Off the Rails Sports Podcast.